Welcome to Danish-InfoNewsTv, your Danish English news. Danish-InfoNewsTv, main headlines, September 8th through September 12th. Our main stories consist of 3,000 fake Labubu dolls were seized by the Danish Customs Agency. Dangerous opioids discovered in Billund area. A ringleader acknowledges having 244 kgs of amphetamines. A 48-year-old was given a prison sentence for abusing 19 boys. Has your child watched the graphic footage of Charlie Kirk being shot and killed? We'll look at 4 pointers on how to discuss it with your child. We begin with news from September 8. A 22-year-old was given 2 years prison sentence for robbing several homes in Ribe, stealing goods, and for threatening a resident with a switchblade. Facebook group, Scammer Hunters posed because of internal strife, the 135-member group was placed on indefinite suspension. Police were still present for safety after a 28-year-old was shot in Voldsmose, Odense. He is injured but not in immediate danger. Voldsmose has tightened its penalty zone following 2 public shooting incidents. Some offenses now carry double penalties until September 17. After being contaminated with E. coli, Dubai Chocolate recalled its Habu pistachio-flavored chocolate. Now to our first of main stories. From September 8th, the Danish Customs Agency confiscated more than 3,000 counterfeit Labubu dolls. The well-known Labubu dolls, a worldwide sensation in fashion and social media, have led to chaos and issues with counterfeiting. Recently, 4 shipments of more than 3,000 counterfeit Labubu dolls were seized in Denmark. In collaboration with PopMart, the owner of the rights, the dolls were destroyed. Rasmus Stoklund, the tax minister, cited the case as evidence of the significance of efficient customs control in safeguarding businesses and consumers. After fights, crowding, and chaos at multiple stores, PopMart in the UK suspended all in-store Labubu sales in May 2025. However, online sales are still ongoing. TikTok has over 1.4 million posts with the hashtag Labubu, and videos of the incidents have gone viral there. Labubu, a tiny grotesquely adorable doll made by Hong Kong illustrator Ka Sing Leung in 2015, became well known after being spotted with Lisa from Blackpink, Rihanna, and Dua Lipa. Labubu contributed roughly 3 billion yen, equivalent to $420 million to PopMart's overall revenue in 2024, illustrating TikTok's impact on worldwide hype. Experts point out that removing the dolls from UK retailers boosts demand while safeguarding consumers and the brand. Now to news from September 9. A businessman who attempted to sell Volak's trade secret was sentenced. A German businessman, 70 years, was placed on probation for a period of 1 year and 8 months. Educator found guilty of slapping 13-year-old after receiving 30 days of probation. A 63-year-old teacher at ZBC in Ringsted intends to file an appeal. Over 500 fined at Lolland Falster Tunnel, license points and speed control fines on a 90 km/h section. 5 football supporters who threatened children were taken into custody. 9 suspects have been charged after threatening 15 and 18-year-olds following the Ranas FC Superliga game. To another main story. The ringleader acknowledges having 244 kilos of amphetamines. For spearheading a drug ring that had more than 240 kilograms of amphetamines, a 28-year-old man received a 14-year sentence. He used Signal to handle money, storage and delivery while directing the team from a phone concealed behind a prison refrigerator. 3 to 400,000 Danish kroner was made from the sale of about 90 to 100 kgs. To another main story. Risky opioids discovered in the Bilon area on September 9. Cocaine and amphetamines in Bilon have been found to contain the highly effective opioids fentanyl and nitazenes, according to Bruanas Academy. Death, respiratory failure, or overdose can result from very small doses. Naloxone and assisted breathing must be administered right away. Users are advised by the organization to test their medications, avoid using them alone, and have an antidote on hand. Now to news from September 10th. The Supreme Court reverses a Ukraine man's conviction. The case is now pending the outcome of the asylum determination. 2 men were found guilty of making threats and filming an assault. One of the Bosnian men was warned that he would be deported after forcing the victim to call himself an informant on camera. A 15-year-old confessed to damaging a Tesla in Abeltoft. Police raid 4 Funun residences in a significant drug case. 3 will appear in court. 7 have been arrested. To a different case of a 55-year-old man who is suspected of stealing or leasing electric cars worth over 3 million Danish kroner has been placed under remand for car cloning. To a different case, for attempted murder, a former soldier was placed under remand. A man in Nivo was allegedly stabbed by 47-year-old. 10 students are expelled from Aarhus University for cheating. Additional expulsions could follow. A 31-year-old is facing charges of selling opioids after illegally possessing and distributing 234 tramadol and 25,000 OxyContin tablets. To politics, the maximum penalty for animal cruelty is being tripled to 6 years by the government. To a shooting case, investigation ongoing. 19-year-old Ama victim shot in the chest, not in life-threatening danger. To September 11th. To one of the main stories, 48-year-old found guilty of abusing 19 boys. A 48-year-old man from Vaila was found guilty of grooming, indecent exposure, and possessing and disseminating sexual content involving children. He was given a 1-year, 9-month prison sentence after admitting to all 22 charges. The brief sentence disappointed the victims and their guardians. 19 boys born between 2002 and 2016 were abused between 2015 and 2024. The prosecution has the right to appeal. Now to September 11th, major story. Has your child watched the graphic footage of Charlie Kirk being shot and killed? On social media, a graphic video of Republican commentator Charlie Kirk being shot has gone viral. Relbano, Save the Children, warns that the video could be easily viewed by children. It is recommended, therefore, that parents have a calm conversation with their children, inquire if they have witnessed it, and give them time to react. And, if possible, involve teachers or other responsible adults. Now to more news. 38 firearms seized by police in Copenhagen. A 61-year-old man is accused of having expired licenses. 20-year-old Swede man remanded for 27 days after being charged with cocaine sales, 683 bags sold. 2 men were found guilty of drug dealing and carrying a loaded firearm. A 56-year-old was sent for mental treatment, and a 41-year-old was given a 7-year prison sentence. 2 young men ages 18 and 19 were arrested for attempting to commit murder. They were remanded, and the court hearing was held behind closed doors. End of special law for Afghans who were evacuated on November 30th. In Tverstel, North Jutland, 2 people were discovered dead following a fire. An employee of the Braebrand store was attacked. After a dispute, a 25-year-old customer kicked and struck a store employee. Police charged the client. The staff member was not gravely hurt. To some of today's headlines, September 12th. A 36-year-old was charged following a break-in at Rana's hospital. At Ghana's regional hospital, a man is accused of breaking in and disrupting the power supply. He is also charged in other theft and burglary cases. Now, to the largest weapons purchase ever made by Denmark. A record-breaking 58 billion Danish kroner investment in a new air defense system was announced by Defense Minister Troels Lund Poulsen. After the McDonald's crash, Odense put up bollards. The Odense municipality plans to install bollards at 5 key locations by February 2026 in response to an incident in May, where a car crashed into McDonald's facade. Now to science and health news. Male infertility linked to a cat parasite. According to a Danish study, 22% of cats exposed to the parasite, Toxoplasma gondii, lose their heads within minutes, indicating that it can harm sperm cells. Alzheimer's research breakthrough. Researchers from Aarhus University discovered exosome cell defects that could be connected to Alzheimer's disease and influence future therapies. In addition, a new liver cancer treatment system that employs a navigation system to more precisely heat-treat tumors was unveiled by Aarhus University, minimizing the need for repeat operations. Cannabis use may result into chromosomal errors in women's eggs, which could lead to infertility, miscarriage, or birth defects, according to a recent study. Now to technology. Snapchat drug dealer profiles persist. An investigation by Digital Responsibility found that Snapchat removed only 10 out of 40 accounts openly selling drugs despite direct reports. Test accounts posing as 13-year-olds successfully contacted dealers over 4 months. Now to some business and economy news filled with layoffs. New credit layoffs. The bank will cut 88 jobs following its acquisition of Spar, citing integration needs. Novo Nordisk cuts 9,000 jobs. The pharmaceutical giant announced 9,000 layoffs worldwide, including 5,000 in Denmark, as part of its cost-saving plan worth 8 billion Danish kroner by 2026. In addition, Novo ends remote work. Employees will now be required to work on site 5 days a week worldwide. Lundbeck layoffs. The drug maker will cut 602 jobs while shifting sales in 27 markets to local partners. Tax break for summer house rentals. From 2026, the tax-free threshold for summer house rentals will increase to over 50,000. Allowing owners to earn more before paying taxes. Thanks for watching Danish-InfoNewsTv. Stay informed, stay safe, and don't miss a single update. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you will always be the first to know what's happening across Denmark.